Howdy ho, guys and gals, it's Red, your friendly neighborhood tool bear, back again here in the old den of tools. And boy, you need to stop what you're doing, because I am about to lay a smoking hot deal on you for today. If you are looking for, say, a small gas generator or a large power station solar generator kind of thing, we got just an incredible deal. Let's jump in. First of all, let me show you about the unit real quick. We're going to get a little bit of pause on, show you a little about it, and then we'll come back here and I'll tell you what the deal is, how to get it, and the whole 9 yards about it. So let's do that. Well, there you go. There you saw it. And what we got here is we got BigBlue Cellpowa 2500. Yeah, it's a stupid name. Portable power station. Now, don't get fooled by the time here. I'm recording this on was it Monday night here. This is going to go live at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So look at what time it is right now, because I think I'm scheduling this to release at like 8 or something in the morning Eastern time. So if you're Eastern time, you got some time. If you're just getting this on the West Coast time at that time, anyway, you can figure out the time for yourself. But that said, this is a phenomenal unit, and I may sound a bit like a fan bear over this, but let's jump through it real quick and talk about some of the stuff they have here. And real quick, I am gonna say this is a Kickstarter. Learn more on Kickstarter. So this will be popping up on the old Kickstarter here. There's gonna be a link to the page. It's not live right now. 9 a.m. it goes live, and here's what happens: the first 300 people get it for $999, which is a smoking hot deal. Now, to be fair though, the regular list price, once it's out and it's established, it's going to be $2,000, which is about on par with a lot of the units that are out there. My guess is it'll probably come down around $1,600, after it's been out for a while. But that said, if you don't make one of the first 300, you're like, well, I didn't luck out and get that. You are going to get it for, I think the crowdfunding price is $1,199. So you're paying $200 more if you're not one of those first 300 people. Now, and that said, that's still a great price. Excuse me, a great price. That still is a great price on a power station of this size and this spec. It's insane, honestly. Let's jump back over to it. Oh, and I do want to say this also. If you're worried about it being a Kickstarter, don't. This company has been around for a while. You can buy their smaller products and their solar cells and all that kind of stuff. They've been selling this for a while. They're an established company. They've been putting out products. This is just them using Kickstarter to launch their new product. As you see, they're trying to expand their range, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But this is a company that can put products out. They're not vaporware. It's not some kind of thing. It's not some startup that's just going to, take a bunch of money and then disappear. This is going to be a product. I've got it. They've sent it to me. They sent it to a bunch of other YouTubers and reviewers and stuff. It's a real product. It's really out there. And anyway, let's talk about some more about it here. So, extra compact and super portable. It is a very tidy package. One of the things I like about it is the top of this. You can't really see it in the pictures. It's got a rubberized mat on it. Now, I'm not going to say you should be sitting drinks or something on it, but I ended up, full disclosure, I ended up not keeping this unit, but giving it to my son to keep at him and his mom's apartment for when I'm not here in Vegas. And I worry about him, and I want to make sure that he's got power or something in case there's a brownout or anything happens. That's what these are for. Also for, taking down to the beach. We go down to the cove. We do some cliff diving and stuff. We take the cooler down there, plug that in. We got one of those electric coolers. Got all the gadgets and the phones and whatnot. And you can use this like a table. You can set stuff on it. It's really sturdy. He uses it as an end table next to his bed, and it's just really a good build quality construction. And I say that because I've looked at a lot of these things, and a lot of them are not. One of the things that you can charge, look at this, it's got 3 DC imports. You can up to 1,200 power watts from 6 solar panels, or you can combine it with the AC charging and the solar at the same time. And they're all industry standard connections, and that's what I really like about this, because a lot of the power supplies that I test, they either use proprietary or they use some electrical standards, but they're not standard for what this sort of thing is. And then you got to get adapters and all that kind of stuff. This one, it just plugs into everything. 2,500 ultra high power output. And of course, it's ultra quiet as well. But look at this, you got 6 AC ports on one side. So it's got plenty of power going out. You can run all sorts of stuff. As you saw, I ran a power tool, a 9 amp power tool on it, and it can handle it. It's got a wireless app to control it as well. That's kind of cool for seeing. I know the Blue Eddy I've got, that's the one that I'm keeping myself because it's got the 30 amp RV port on it. That's the reason we're keeping that one here. But the app is nice. It's not one of the things that, like, I wouldn't buy one of these because it's got the app, but if they're comparable and one didn't have the app, I'd probably get the one with the app. But other than that, it's a no frills construction. It doesn't try to be overly much. It doesn't try to look, a lot of them try to look kind of extreme and outrageous and super tough, and it's just kind of comical at some point. What we're looking at here is we got the LiFePO batteries. Now that's important. That's the lithium iron phosphate batteries, and that means deep discharge and lots of recharge cycles with that. Don't buy a high capacity power station unless it's got LiFePO 4 batteries. The weight on this, it's listed, I don't know what the conversion is, 25 kilograms. It's sturdy. It's a sturdy little box, let me tell you what. It's got 2 USB fast chargers up front, 2 USB-C 45 watt chargers, and 2 USB-C 100-watt chargers. So you can be charging MacBooks and all sorts of stuff with this thing. This is great that it's got that kind of power up front. You got 2 of the DC 5.5 volt or 5 amp, 5.5 millimeter, 5 amp ports. I know a few people use those. I don't use those. It's not a big deal to me. The 6 AC ports. The output is 250 watts. Peak is 500 watts. 3,500 recharge cycle time. And the input is, you got solar, you got AC, and you got a car charger, and it can all input from all of those. Comes with most accessories that you're going to need. Anyway, as I said, this thing is pretty amazing, and just to compare it by what else is out there, Blue Eddy, which I mentioned, now this is a step down from the one that I have. The one I have has as I said, the 30 amp RV port on it as well. So this is the one that's more comparable. This thing's been out for a while. It's $1,600. That is, if you're getting this thing for $1,000, that's a huge savings on this. That is $600 is no joke. Now, is this going to be, is this going to replace a large gas generator? No, it's not going to do that, and that's not what these are meant for. This is a device that's used for going remote. You're going to have solar panels, or using as an emergency backup at home or RV, stuff like that. We're going to be converting our RV to run entirely off of the power station that we use. But for my son, what's he going to be using it for? He's doing an overland build in his Jeep. It's going to go in there. It's going to go with him every time they go out into the desert. We go to the races and stuff out there. We go out, we do some plinking out in the desert, and we take stuff like this with us. I'll be honest, I didn't really, at first I thought, well, how often am I going to use these things? We don't leave the house without one these days. We really don't. And the Blue Eddy is nice. It's a little bit bigger. The BigBlue, it's a nice compact size, and I know it's stupid. You're gonna laugh at the bear again, but the top on that is actually, I really like it. It's a nice little extra bonus feature. It lets me use it as a table, set stuff on, and because otherwise it's just a big brick that gets in the way, right? Well, this extends that space if you're using it, like, say, in a van or camper rig or something like that. Anyway, I've run on long enough with this. Most of you who are looking for a power station, you know what you're looking for. I hope this falls within the category for some of you, because at $999, it's a steal. It's an absolute steal. You're not going to find, you're be looking at 1,000 watt systems for that kind of price, usually in that realm. So anyway, if you decide to pull the trigger on this, let the bear know. I want to know what you think, because I got to tell you, I'm pretty pleased with it. And I've seen a lot of these, and this is, other than the Blue Eddy and maybe the Eco, and some of the other ones, this one they're going to be right up there. They're going to be a contender, as it were. Anyway, that's all the bear has for you today. Again, links are always down below. You all take care. God bless. And as always, shine on.